Hello, hello, Julia Jordan, your favorite real estate agent with Keller Williams The Woodlands, coming to you with some information regarding listing. And I use a little example. I tried it out in my mastery call where we do script practice with millionaire real estate agents, means real estate agents that pocket $1 million each year. So their earnings is $1 million, not that they're selling for $1 million, okay? So with those peeps, I'm training. And our coach invites us to try crazy objection handlers, not only go with how we usually answer difficult questions, but just try out, because we are practicing with each other. We are not practicing out there with our clients, right? That would be too expensive for us, but especially for our clients. We are practicing with each other. So what I said is, and it actually did come to mind, the agent has an overpriced listing. The seller knows it's too expensive. The agent knows it's too expensive. But the market tanked. It was in a different state in US. The market tanked on them. And right now they have trouble. They have trouble to sell it for the price that the seller is in for. It's a flip. He bought it ugly. He invested a whole lot of money, made it gorgeous. It's a $1.5 or $1.6 million listing. If you want to buy, let me know. Beautiful vacation location. So the question is, how do you make your offer stand out? And that is actually the same all over the world, in every market, in a recession or not, in a buyer's market, seller's market, that's the same thing. And I used the example. So I played to be the agent, and the other person, the agent that struggled, played the seller. My job was to convince the seller to move the seller forward. How are we selling the property? Because of course, having it go stale and sit on the market never helps. There are some agents right now, they present it like this, and in my own front yard, very close by in my own neighborhood, we have listings that are sitting. So there's a reason why they're sitting. Obviously, it's not attractive. So how do we make a listing attractive when there are a bunch of listings? In this situation, actually, in my neighborhood, there is not so much. But how does a listing stand out, and how does a listing go stale? And while people out there, the community, just the regular sellers and buyers, think it's like uncalculatable, it is not. It is all strategies, and there is knowledge behind how to move a property, not to give it away, but how to create interest. And I compared it with, I get groceries delivered. So when I order groceries for $100, $200, they put all these bags. It's from COVID, you know, you put in your little text message, don't ring the doorbell, just drop it off at my doormat. I know you are there. The dogs are barking. I will get the stuff inside. So when the girls and I are bringing our groceries inside after this delivery guy emptied the car and everything is on my doormat, you have all these bags sitting there, you know, imagine all these grocery bags. And then there is the pineapples poking out, you know. Then they saw, what did I get delivered? Folders for my office, papers for my office, Sharpies. They're not allowed to have Sharpies. My kids are 7 and 10. They're not allowed to have Sharpies. Sharpies got delivered. What else? Milk, the gallons of milk. What do we grab first? The milk needs to go in the fridge. There was in the back, this one bag I ordered already for Easter so they can give out to their little school friends. Those little bags with Swedish fish and gummy bears and stuff like that. You know, like for Halloween, but now they do that for Easter. So I saw that in my grocery basket. I'm like, I will get that. The girls will love giving that out. We're already ending up eating those ahead of Easter. I will have to order another bag probably. So imagine my doormat full with all of these grocery bags. Which bag out of all the bags do they have their eyes on, and can almost not do the groceries, but they're bagging and bagging to get a peek in that bag? And did you really order this, mommy? Did you really? You're the best, mommy, blah, 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 blah. So I'm, of course, telling them, hey, the milk needs to go in the fridge first. You get a treat. Each of you get a little of those mini baggies. But after, of course, the groceries are put away, huh? And I used this example. I told a little bit, hey Lisa, thanks for watching. I told a little bit faster because we are on the clock in these mastery calls. Our job is to move the conversation forward quickly, successful and smooth. And I used that example. I'm like, seller, which of the bags do you want to be? Do you want to be the bag with a pineapple? It needs to get peeled. And actually that is a very realistic example, because that listing was not quite ready. The garage door was banged up. It was not fixed yet. The seller was under pressure. Time is of the essence. Insurance and everything is expensive. So he put it on the market. The house was not quite ready. Well, this puts the listing agent in a bad situation. It's like all my grocery bags, and I have a bag, the family bag with the Swedish fish treats and candy and all of that stuff, but I'm talking about apples. Guess what? My kids, usually they do like apples, but in that moment, if that is the competition, they do not give a thing about the cucumber and the carrots and the pineapple. All they think about is Swedish fish. So when we, you know, those gummy candies, I'm not talking about canned fish, of course. I'm talking about, hey, Jill, thanks for watching. So how do you have your listing stand out on the market that all the buyers are like, oh my gosh, she ordered Swedish fish, I want to eat candy? Do you overprice it? Are you the reasonable listing, little bit overpriced because, yes, apples have vitamins, we get it. Oh, your listing has a backyard paradise, but we also have other things that are really not good. So while on the seller side, every seller of course thinks their house, especially when they live there, their house is the most beautiful. What do you want to look at? You want to look at as neutral as you can. Look at the competition. So we're not only looking at the comps at this market, we are looking like the buyer would look like. The buyer has a budget, $500,000, $700,000, $250, doesn't matter how much. What is the competition? And is your listing the bag, the family size bag of candy out of 50 bags or 30 bags at my front door? Out of all the bags, which bag is standing out? Where is the buyer all over with? What do they want to see first? They call their agent right away and say, this listing, I want to have this listing. And the agent, probably like me, the mom, is saying, hey, there are other listings. Let's look at all the houses. Guess which house has the attention? Which house do they fall in love with? So actually, while I thought this objection handler in this training call was a little bit on the crazy side, but I was encouraged by my coach to just go all in and try crazy things, because we're trying with each other. We're not trying with our clients. That's why we do that. They actually all loved it. They actually all loved the example, because everybody who has kids actually totally understands the picture. And that's often what I do in my business. I give my clients a picture so they understand what I'm trying to explain them, not only with their brains, but with their emotions. If you want to buy a house, which house would you be going after when you are the buyer? Would you go after the reasonable price? Yeah, it has a lot of good things, but it's a little bit on the pricey side. And maybe the seller is expecting to have to go down. But how would the listing agent create a hype on the property? Doesn't matter, slow market or busy. We're closing today one. We had 20 plus offers. Like, there was a crazy hype on the listing. And we got more than we actually wanted to price it at. Like, the seller and I have a conversation. Where do you see your value? And then I show the comps. I show the active listings. This is what the market actually looks like. Often that changes their situation. Often that puts them back into reality, where they want to be priced. And then I'm like, well, I'm on the same page with you. I want to sell your house high and quick. You want to sell your house high and quick. The question is, how do we get you there? Okay. And there are strategies. And while the public thinks, oh, I'm just blessed. Oh, I am just working so hard. No, there is strategy and systems how to get you successful. And while it sounds a little bit not so romantic or fuzzy, fluffy, there are strategies and recipes how to get you successful. Starbucks is successful because they have a recipe. If you drink a Starbucks in Japan or in Houston, the recipe is the same. Sometimes I tweak it for the market, but you know what I'm trying to say. The recipe is the same. Follow the recipe, probably you will be successful, okay? And I wanted to share that with you. Share with you, masterminding is important. I'm not practicing on you. When I list your house, I already know the market. I already know what I'm doing, and I share that with you. And if you are down, if you are doubting yourself, it is my job to keep the morals up and your energy high, and I share my energy with you. You know, I have a lot. If I have something, I have energy. Sometimes that's my problem. I have too much energy. But it is not, how do you say, good luck if we sell your house. And if your house doesn't sell, it is also not bad luck. There is a reason why the listing is not moving, okay? And if you want to have a conversation about how to sell your house successful, how to buy in this market successful, it is a very good time to buy. By the way, we have about a 6-month window, my personal opinion, where buying is really a whole lot of fun if you're a little bit short and skinny on the cash side and your credit score is a little bit low. And the moment the Fed will raise lower interest rate, from the beginning, the moment the Fed will lower interest rates, that moment we will have more competition. And I personally believe we have been a little bit slow we are heading into 1 year where it has been a little bit slow. People started to be scared about a year ago. The market slowed down. We still had a good summer last year, but it was not a summer like the summer before. And that will change again. The market will pick up. You will have more competition. And as we already had a year of a slower market, it will probably kick in no matter if it is fall, winter. People, the moment they can buy, they will start catching up. They missed out the last year. By then it will be 1.5 years of a slower market, of a market with higher interest rates. The moment interest rates fall, it will pick up. And I personally believe it will not matter if it's fall or winter. We will see a lot of sales. So if your lease is up in spring, if your lease is up in summer, or you know you're facing a divorce, you know, I don't know, things happen, the spouse passes, parents are getting older, etc., etc. Right now we're in a market with not so much competition on the seller side and on the buyer side. So it's a good time to move your listing, get you listed with a strategy, interview, if you want to, interview multiple agents, talk to them. How do you sell a house? What is the mindset behind it? What is the strategy? Oh, you just throw it on the MLS? Congratulations, you're taking professional pictures. You throw it at the wall and see what sticks, and you tell your seller, oh, this might take a while. Oh, we're in a market of $500, $700, $1 million. Houses simply move slower. Well, there is strategy behind it. So interview agents and ask them, what is the strategy? Honestly, all my strategies are already out here if you watch all my videos. But I would love to customize that for you, for your listing, for your specific neighborhood. And I open up all the numbers to you. And then you guys, while I'm so bossy, my job is just to educate you. And then you tell me, which of the paths do you want to walk? How do you want to sell your house? Which strategy do you believe in? And I tell you what, 97% of my clients get it and follow, because there is a strategy how to sell successfully. Okie dokie, that was a whole lot of talking. Just to tell you at the very end, please send your friends and families my way if you want them to be represented, solid, and that they are educated every step on the way. When we hit bumps, they know ABC can happen. Best case, worst case, middle scenario, what can happen? Buckle your seatbelt, put on your little helmet. We're heading into a bumpy road. This helps my clients, that they know where we're at. I'm very honest, I'm very bold. I try to wrap it as soft and gentle as I can. I am a roaring lion, but I try to be the little lamb to my clients and be as gentle and kind as I can to them, because I know how stressful buying and selling is. I'm a seller right now on 2 properties. I'm constantly buying and selling my own properties, renting them, selling them, buying investment properties. I'm constantly a buyer and seller myself and a landlord. I know how it feels. But then on the other hand, if it is your transaction, I'm the strong hand pulling you through, start to finish, educating you and getting you to the closing table as safe and as quick as we can help it, for as much cash in your pocket as we can help it, okay? If you have any questions, 832-444-4923. If you want to introduce me to your friends or family, a 3-way text message is the best way to introduce me, okay? Have a wonderful, blessed day. Make the best out of it. Bye. Hello, Julia Jordan.